From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
It might not seem like a big deal, but for West Yellowstone, this really is. I'm Chet Lehman. Coming up, we're going to take a look at why that United Express jet has been 40 years in the making for the West Yellowstone Airport.
The Basin Creek Reservoir may open to the public soon, but with limited access. I'm Caitlin Aguilas, and I'll let you know what's happening with the reservoir.
Well, you're watching the Friday edition of Montana This Morning. It is 6:30, and I am Holly Brantley here with Matt Elwell, and we can't stop talking about what a gorgeous day this is shaping up to be.
It is. It's been a record-breaking week with some heat in southwest Montana, and once again, we're going to look at a hot day, but man, it's good enough to get outside.
Absolutely.
You don't really have to twist my arm much. Temperatures into the 50s and 60s in the area right now. There are some showers off to our north. Those are really not a huge issue, but it does at least give us a sign that there's some moisture in the atmosphere, and that means that the potential of some thunder showers possible as you head into the afternoon. I don't think we're looking at an overwhelming chance of severe weather, meaning small to moderate hail or wind, but there is that potential as you head into the afternoon. Our highs should be warm enough that once the temperatures start to warm up, those storms do start to pick up in intensity as you head into the afternoon. I'm going to outline the potential coming up here on the Billion Auto Weather Group patio in just a few minutes.
Well, while conservation groups renew calls for grizzly protection in the northern Rockies, Montana's two U.S. senators are keeping a close watch on the developing debate. And while they have differing views on delisting the big bears, they do agree that science is key. MTN's Dennis Bragg has more.
The grizzly protection debate appears to have entered new territory following recent actions by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service to keep the bears designated as threatened species, and lawmakers in Montana, Idaho, and Wyoming adopting positions that bear populations are recovered and delisting should follow. And Senator Steve Daines has been more vocal on the bear front, too.
I've run into several grizzly bears myself just last spring when I was out black bear hunting. They're an amazing animal, but they are now well above the recovery targets. And there's just a frustration from so many Montanans around why can't we, as Montanans now, manage the grizzly bear and turn that responsibility to us, just like we did with wolves, because the science is compelling. The grizzly bear numbers are well above recovery targets. This is a safety issue. It's also an economic issue with the livestock industry.
But from the Yak to Yellowstone, conservation and wildlife groups are arguing more bears are needed, not less, to ensure complete recovery. As seen in this video from his office, Daines has spent his trips in Montana through the winter and spring, meeting with ranchers and hearing concerns about an increasing number of bears, livestock kills, and wandering far out from the spine of the Rockies into the plains.
And so the number of human-bear conflicts will continue to increase. The predation losses and livestock will continue to increase, and because of grizzly bears. Let's look at the quantitative evidence. They've set very clear recovery targets. The grizzly bear is now well above those targets, just like we had happen with the wolves.
Wolves raise an interesting point for Daines' seatmate, Senator Jon Tester, who led the way for delisting wolves over a decade ago. During a recent stop in Missoula, we asked him what he thinks should happen with grizzlies.
If they're recovered and the science shows it, we ought to delist them. If they're recovered in the Yellowstone ecosystem and the science shows that, delist them. Manage them as they need to be managed. If they're not recovered, then no. And if we use the wrong management tools that puts these animals back on the endangered species list, shame on us. So what I'm saying is let science guide our decisions here.
While we haven't seen the bear debate in court recently, don't be surprised if that's where it's headed, especially with the state-level moves of late. Daines tells me he trusts the states to do the right thing.
So this is going to be something coming from not only just Montana, but also Wyoming and Idaho, as we are working together as western states. And Governor Jim Forte has been a great partner on this, and this is going to take a push from all of us.
In Missoula, Dennis Bragg, MTN News.
A lot of eyes right now are directed at new U.S. Interior Secretary Deb Haaland to see what course she may chart in the grizzly protection debate. Well, 6:34 on your Friday, former Montana Congressman Ryan ZINKE makes his 2022 campaign official as he vies for the state's new congressional seat. ZINKE, a Republican and former Interior Secretary under Donald Trump, has created a campaign website and tells MTN News that he's off and running. Montana is getting an additional district for 2022, but a state redistricting commission will not draw the boundaries until later this year. ZINKE says the country's biggest threat is political division, and that leaders need to work to unite Americans to support the Constitution. Well, new this morning, for the first time in more than 4 decades, West Yellowstone will be served by 2 airlines this summer. Our Chet Lehman was there for the arrival of the new air carrier late yesterday.
Nothing could dampen the spirits of Yellowstone Airport and West Yellowstone Chamber members today, though the aircraft did get a little wet on arrival. That greeting, just as a Delta SkyWest flight was leaving, rings in a new era for this airport, the closest to an entrance to Yellowstone.
It felt really busy and just very exciting. It's awesome.
We're going to be busy. Yeah. We're going to see a lot more passengers, a lot more people.
2 Delta flights a day already service Yellowstone. United adds 3, each capable of carrying 50 passengers. Yep, a lot more people. Delta has been here since 1986. It's been more than 40 years since another airline landed here. With that increase in passengers, work already started to expand Yellowstone Airport has taken on new importance.
It's very timely. We're at the planning stages of a new terminal project, working on the funding and hopefully kicking off a design project here very shortly.
Now the jets are SkyWest, but the passengers are flying United. To make that happen on the ground took just a little shuffling.
We have agents come from different stations that have past United experience, so it makes the transition seamless and just even more exciting to have the seasonal service.
Don't forget, with the addition of United, that's a total of 5 flights in and 5 flights out a day. That's a bonus for travelers from West Yellowstone, who now don't necessarily have to travel north to catch a plane.
That's what we're hoping. Everyone has, definitely found Yellowstone Airport, and we're a great option, the best option in my opinion.
Not a lot of time to sit around.
Delta flights offer service through Salt Lake. The new United flights fly through Denver. And just like that, the biggest little airport in Gallatin County has just increased its passenger capacity by 150%. In West Yellowstone, Chet Lehman, MTN News.
Now, by the way, Chet tells us that first flight had 30 passengers on it from Denver, and it arrived at Yellowstone Airport 20 minutes early. Well, in other headlines, the U.S. Forest Service confirms the death of wildland firefighter Tim Hart while fighting a fire in New Mexico. Hart died from injuries sustained on May 24th while responding to a fire in Hidalgo County. Hart began his wildland firefighting career in 2006. He's been a crew member, lead forestry technician on an engine, a lead firefighter, and on a hotshot crew. In 2019, he arrived in West Yellowstone as a smoke jumper squad leader and then a spotter. On our website, you'll find an address to send condolences to the family. Well, a plant located in the slag pipe near Anaconda plans to shut down at the end of this month. According to Black Diamond Abrasive Products website, the company is closing its Anaconda location, where it has been in operation since 2013. The company cited logistical challenges for the decision, but provided no further details. The company makes abrasives for roofing products. Well, the Basin Creek Reservoir south of Butte has never been open to the public before. MTN's Caitlin Aguiles takes a look at what the public will get to do.
The Basin Creek Reservoir is opening to public for the first time ever, keeping a promise made to the Butte Natural Resource Damage Council when they donated $10 million to the water treatment plant to open the reservoir for recreation.
With that money, we'll hire a camp host. They'll kind of watch up there. We have one of our employees go up there daily to take a look.
The Basin Creek Reservoir could be open to the public soon, but with limited access.
You can hike, bike, fish, and picnic at the reservoir.
There's no motorized vehicles allowed. There's fishing. There's no motorized craft on the reservoir. There's no wading in the water. Our goal is to, again, just protect our water resource up there.
From 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., the reservoir will open from the east side at the Basin Creek Reservoir Park.
It's probably half a mile, and it's a fairly decent grade up the road, and we do ask people to stay behind the fence and not get in with any of the water company infrastructure. And if we do have people that are not obeying the rules and vandalizing or putting up graffiti, then we will have to close it up again.
In 1913, the Basin Creek Reservoir was once called the best water supply in the world. By 1919, the reservoir was threatened by drought. The Basin Creek Reservoir supplies Butte with drinking water, so restrictions may fluctuate.
Our snowpack is pretty low this year, so there will be a chance that we could end this season early because of forest fire, wildfire risks up there.
In Butte, Caitlin Aguilez, MTN News.
Looks fabulous. Well, it's 6:41 for you right now. Here's a look at what's ahead on Montana This Morning.
It is the highest honor an artist can get, the Kennedy Center Honors, and it's back. I'm Deborah Althrone at the Kennedy Center, where this year you will see a different kind of show.
Concerns over the fall in vaccination rates, plus Duke's Mike Krzyzewski, the winningest coach in Division I men's basketball. Coach K will join us to talk about his decision to retire and where college sports are heading. Also, Olympic gold medalist Greg Louganis joins us to talk about what's needed to end the stigma around HIV/AIDS 4 decades after the first cases were discovered in the United States. And Garth Brooks, the best-selling solo artist in American history. The country star talks about adding Kennedy Center honoree to his long, long list of achievements. All that and more at 7.